Wow. Vlogging after a while, I guess. Yeah. This has been a year. Indeed, it's been a year. I think this is half-baked vloggery for the 7 people who've joined since 2024 who don't know what half-baked vloggery is. It is, well, I half-bake, well, myself for one matter. It's at like 2 a.m., so my brain is fried, ergo baked. And, you know. Um, Second thing is that I give myself a number of lines and things to basically go off to try and just like a few liners. So like some stuff that kind of hurt this year is like the theme for this. So if you want to step away, that would be like a pretty I don't know. I mean, I'm doing this primarily just record it and like put it out for myself. It's been a year of a lot of many individual highs, a lot of decent, knolls, like little hills that were like here and like little ones. But then it feels like there were like some undercurrents that have just, well, a couple mainly that have, well, three actually, right? Three have like really been there with me consistently, and that has been a bit of a problem. Two of them, well, one of them was very incidental because of another thing, and of course there's other things that I missed because of one of those, and another one was just a bit sad that, for something that I pride myself upon, that I have a good pace of growing. I've not always had this good pace of growing, not to get myself a bit too conceited there, but I feel like I've grown at a good pace since all of 2020, and that has something to do with that on that matter. Yeah, to get started with, I have been, well, and I'm good now. I'm good now. I was extremely sick for like a few months this year, and then I had the lasting effects of getting that sick, and then, the treatment, and then they slowly, uh, what, I got diagnosed it in Feb, and it took me up till like last week to be like, hey, bye, enjoy life type thing. um and that was good. That's good. I'll be off medication for like a while, hopefully now, and return to normalcy, to get out the very big elephant in the room, of course, because of those couple of first months I missed out on a few events that honestly I had been looking forward to for months and months together, okay? Like, one, the biggest event has to be my first friend that I found out was getting married, this marriage. This is Ritika. Ritika is one of my closer friends from IMI. If anybody knows just how much I've enjoyed IMI, you must have also heard her name, because honestly, she's among my closer friends from there. And I felt a bit like, I don't know, I wanted to dance on a wedding, man. I wanted to be there on her special day. Of course, some things are completely out of my hand, and some illnesses take a bit longer to go away, but that is how life is. It's fine. I was cleared to go, but I did not want to take any risk at that point, and of course it was still um pretty ongoing at the time. Luckily though, I got cleared to go for my next friends, well, again, not waiting because they were like a few days apart, but I got cleared to go for his sagai, and honestly, it was great. It was magical. I got to go on a mini trip with. I'll talk about the good things in the good time, right? Other than that, that was like the big kicker. I got done dirty in my appraisal. I joined the company last year on a pretty, like, for what I was earning previously at least, a substandard salary, let's call it what it is, right, as compared to the industry standard and such. And I said that, okay, you know what, you think that my work ex is not good enough. Let me prove it to you that it is. I'll work my way up. It's fine. It's understandable. There's no trust in somebody's work ex. It is what it is, right? Um, I do that part, right? I do the grind, and then I'm told that, like, oh, you were sick for this year, so it went, and you were very hot and cold. And I'm like, come on, man, hot and cold. I felt very. I still feel extremely fatigued by that review, honestly. I think it was not a fair judgment of Honestly, it was not a fair judgment. I deserve to be on a lot more money than I am on. But of course, I'm not going to let that be known in my work. I have ethic somehow, which is very irritating. Just like there's a mosquito here somehow, and it's very fucking irritating. But I keep at it, of course. I don't decide. I don't decide how much I earn. I can only decide how much I work, right? Yeah. Yeah, honestly, if they do not up my salary by like next year, and if like I think I'm on course to being early promoted. So instead of waiting 2.5 years, I'll get there in 1.5 years for the next level. So let's hope for that. And in the meantime, if they don't up my money, I'm getting decent offers elsewhere as well. Like, I want to be here because this is a field that I'm interested in working in, and like it's just frustrating because I give my all and a bit more. I take the initiative to go above and beyond. It's like, what, fuck it, who gives a fuck? Productivity is a scam anyway. uh, but I am productive, and at least I should get paid my fair share, and it sucks that I don't get paid my fair share. I'm not asking for like, yeah, fucking frustrating, right? That was one of the big lows because prior to this, right? Okay, yes, it's true, I was unwell and out of the action for 1.5 months, but before that, I was on a project. After that, I was on a project. Uh, the only time that I was not in a project within like the period where I was sick was the time when I was like fucking sick, like horribly sick. And prior to that, it was like, dude, there were just no fucking projects. What can I do? And then there was no chargeability on one of the fucking projects because you know what? You did not pick a good client, and the client said, "Okay, we'll not pay you." So I don't get the chargeability even though I did the fucking work. What the hell, man? That was some absolute bullshit right there. The only time I think I was without any work would be like what, 1.5 months. Okay, like, dude, I know people who have gone without chargeability for a whole year since they fucking joined. They've not had a single project, right? And they're here getting, in terms of percent, they're getting the same raise as I am. And in terms of raw, well, they're already at much more than I am. Of course, my frustration is going to be quite real, isn't it? All because my college name is IMI and not anything else. It's just, I hate this fucking politics. You, I come in your better performers and I'm still treated this way, that like, oh no, he's hot and cold. What do you mean he's hot and cold? I'm never without a project when I'm okay. Again, yes, there was 1.5 month where I was without a project because there was no fucking projects in the company. Guess what? Fun, fun, fun. Oh, I'm so irritated by that. It's like, honestly, it's affecting my mental a lot while I'm working because I'm just like, I get paid just this much. Why should I stay the extra hour? Like, if I'm not going to be treated as the, like, again, I'm doing enough for the salary that I think I should be on, even without this extra work. Yeah, it's just such a sore spot for me. Um, yeah, another big one is I got back in touch with a friend that used to be among my closer friends, say like 6 years ago. How do I describe our friendship? We met in 2014 or 2015 mainly through tuition classes. Aditya Threya, for those who know him. Um, I loved him like a brother, man. He was so close to me. He was like probably one of like my closest friends at that period of time. At least for like up till like 12th, he was my closest friend. And then for even like a bit longer, I think in first year, second year, even though he went away to study, I kept him in my thoughts, and always like, even when we haven't thought of each other like positively, I've always had like, I hope he's doing good type of thing in my heart for him. But I thought it was like, over time, naturally, you find new people, you grow, you change. I'm sure I've grown, changed, and found people, right? Like, whatever first few minutes thing that I was doing. Oh God, the water's empty. I guess some things don't change, and it's horrible because I'm so fucking thirsty right now. So you're gonna come on like a little impromptu mini tour of me yapping while you're also there. I don't know how this will. It's been frustrating here, man. Honestly, there was a period where I couldn't walk, and it was just not ideal. Um, what do I say right now? Yeah, all things must come to an end, good or bad, it's just labels that we put onto them. But this friendship was something else to me. It was very special. I'm trying. I've tried my best even when I've had no replies from the other side, because honestly, it just feels a bit. It's always felt a bit difficult because I thought that he would not want to be in touch for whatsoever reason. And I just assumed that was like, you drift apart. Give me a second. Water just hits like crack. Yeah, talking about friendships. I mean, I'm gonna go off like on a completely bad bender right now, right after this, and I'm like mentally preparing myself for that because those who know how much it has affected my health personally, and yeah. Anyway, so case A is Aditya, one of my closer friends, people that I thought I could trust anything with at one point in time, and I used to trust him with most of my monologues, thoughts that I felt that others could not understand. I thought that we were very similar in to an extent in the ways we grew up. He was, well, with like a few changes. He was more bullied, I was more isolated. um I don't know. I don't know how it ended up this way. Like, let me be for real, right? I genuinely, when in 2015 or 16 we became that close, I thought we were going to be friends for life. And yeah, essentially, he told me that if he hung out with me or if he was like, in touch with me or whatever, he would see his past self that he does not like very much. And that also came up when he met me. Uh, I have no clue what to do with that. I don't think I am remotely close to the person I was years ago. And I don't think that's the comment he's making in the first place, right? Like, don't get me wrong. I don't think he's saying that because I saw you a certain way and you are still that person now. I don't think he's saying that. I think he just means that he looks at me and he thinks of a worst time in his life or something, and well, according to him, and like I don't see that as the worst time for my life. It's a bit of unrest over there. I think that was like a pretty good time. I think every year is absolutely banger in their own rights. 2015 was pretty good, but clearly not as roasted as my glasses make it to be, I guess. Yeah, the last topic is something that, yeah, I don't know how to mentally prepare myself for this. I am not mentally prepared for this. It's like, just to be very clear, the person I'm going to talk about is alive, and I think he's doing much better than he was when all of this was going down. And he is always in my prayers. Like, hopefully he would still be friends with me, but yeah, the way I've described this has been told to me as if I've gone through like the breakup of like the love of my life. I mean, yeah, it's it's platonic, but there's love there. Like, I there has not been many weeks since I would say our friendship ended that I have not thought about this at least once. And while all of this was going down, I could just think about how I could make it better, because like I was never supposed to be involved in the fallout in the first place, right? Like, it's wrong place, wrong time. I don't know. I have no clue. I mean, if you tell me to choose between yourself and another extremely almost as close, or like actually as close, right? Just basically, I don't understand how as an adult I was made to choose between two people, and by Even by not choosing, I'm choosing. So this is like the worst fucking place I can be in. This weird sense of finality to it just makes it even worse. Like, I want it. I wanted this friendship to be something that was there till the day I die. Or like, even beyond, whatever. I'll do like a soul lock thing. We'll do like a blood contact. I don't care about that. We can figure that out. But clearly, as of now, we do not see eye to eye in certain matters. He is a subscriber, I think, still. So I think he'll get the video, and that'll suck because I don't know what to talk to him about. Uh, you know, I so like in the half-baked vloggery, right? The concept is I put down some pointers for me to go off, and I've put down whole pointers in certain cases, and in his case, I just put down his fucking name. Um, I've tried recording this like a good few times, okay? And usually I put that as the first point because, in terms of impact, most things will come and go. And, like, honestly, some of them are just like unfortunate. Okay, it is what it is, move on. This just feels like, could I have done more? Could I have been more strict, more clearer in the, like, initial phases? Where could I have been more assertive? Or, I mean, as he put it to me, I never saw him for the person I was. Could I do that more? I don't know how I'm not able to see somebody for who they are for 15 years with them saying that I saw them clearly on multiple occasions. But such is the. Yeah, people are like fucking onions in it. One moment you're happy there in your fridge chilling, and you're like, yeah, I fucking love onions. They're like great. You can fry them, you can put them just, directly on top of your chole bhature. You can put them with like a bit of seasoning. Oh, dude, I fucking love onions. And next moment you try and uncurl their layers, and then you see more things there. I don't know where I'm going with this fucking analogy because I'm just imagining an onion and I've just like made it into like 7 dishes. Like I've made different types of salads out of it. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Onions also don't go bad, I think. But yeah, I don't know. It's been tough. The essentially the entire saga was also not good for my health because, dude, I was not supposed to be in that situation. Of course, I'm gonna help my friend out, and of course, I'll try and do it, but not when it like just extends and goes on and on for a month and a half. And again, you might think of this as extremely shitty from me, whoever you are, without the context of the story. And honestly, it could be. It could be. I'm sure there are people who can support and stand by their day one since like A1 since day one, through no matter what action that they do or how it hurts other people. And I get that, right? Like you choose your friend over everything else and you stand by them. I understand that. I am not that person. I think that if this is what pisses me off, right? I usually act this way as well, that like if something is wrong, I will criticize it. If something goes against my broad moral compass from like more than a certain margin, I will talk about it. I'll at least put it up in I'll at least like try to put it out in this way that like you can do whatever you like, but I disagree because of X, Y, and Z. And honestly, I should have reached out and I should have been more assertive from the get go. I let him control too much of the tide to a point where he thought that I would say yes to everything that he would put out. And that is not a friendship, that is a validation loop, which I was not willing to participate in for longer than what he was expecting of me. There are some things that I think require more accountability than the blame game. And again, I do not say these words to him. I'm just trying to get this out of my system. because I don't think saying these to him would help. It's not a gotcha. It's not a I told you so. It's a real relationship that I had with somebody who was extremely close to me for years and years and years, and it does not make sense to me as to how easily that bond has been broken. And again, this is not a fight that me and him have had over something me and him have done between us. It's a completely separate outside matter to me. I'm not close to the third person. I frankly could not give lesser of a fuck otherwise. If not for him, I would not have given a fuck about that person, like just in general. Well, again, I come off rude, but then I honestly couldn't care less. This friendship meant the world to me and more. And while I am hopeful that years later we will see eye to eye, or rather, like, I'm sure there are going to be events where friends who are not aware of this would be inviting them and me. I hope we see eye to eye then, even if it is a cordial and a distant, oh, hey, hi, how are you? What are you doing in life? I'm okay with that. Like, of course, I'm not. What I would be okay with would be a little bit different, but life would not go the way I wanted to go just because I wanted to go that way. I mean, I've seen that this year. Yeah, in terms of how half baked goes, I think this round just about covers my year. Luckily, no major fall down injuries. That's crazy. Usually, okay, a lot of it has been because I've been very concerned about my all types of health. So that's probably like part contributed to that. But yeah. Oh, also, I don't know. I think it's a bad thing, but it's also not a bad thing. I spent like about 9 to 10 months sober. There were breaks. There were breaks. The concentration would lapse every now and then, but it's not like I did it continuously ever. Only once I got cleared am I okay with, you know, getting back into the game. Yeah, let's go. Fuck sobriety, gang. Oh god, this is such a horrible thing to say. I'm sure this is gonna like I'm never getting monetized, but like this is definitely like disqualifying me. I don't know. 2025 was a year. I hope that like the last what how many days are there? Like last 16 days don't have 16, there's no 35 days. Last 12 days don't have anything insane in them, which um yeah, it's been a bad year, man. Let me have some fun. Let me have some joy. Work, I'll work. Work does not count as good or bad, it just counts as work. Um, Tomorrow is going to be a party, and I'm really looking forward to that. The last Gupta party was in 2023. I mean, 2024, we did have a little eat brownie and do Happy New Year together thing, but then everybody just ate the brownie and fell asleep eventually. It was so funny, honestly. It was so we were all asleep by like I was out by 3 a.m., right? And like the other friends were just sitting there and chilling. They just left eventually. It was like the deadest scene of all time. Yeah, that was fun though. It was hilariously fun. Um yeah. Hopefully, well, I mean, I am planning. I don't know how it'll actually go, but like, I don't know if I have enough pictures and stuff and this and that or whatever. But I am planning on making a highlight reel for 2025. I've grown a lot in this year, more than I should have, honestly. I do not want to grow this much. I wanted to grow, but again, just to be clear, I do not want to grow this much. Um, yeah, whatever. The as a friend says, every time you suffer, your resume strengthens. On that note, I don't know. It's not even Merry Christmas. What do I tell you? Like, happy return to me to the vlogging world. I think I will try and release more videos. Again, it's not been the best year for me. Personally, I wanted to do a lot of these earlier, and the tones for them they would have been very much different. Like I have not been very optimistic the first half of this year. I've not had a very great time. Just over consistently periods. Like there's been good days, there's been good hangouts, there's been good scenes, there's been good times. No doubt about it. But like at like an overall level, being that quote unquote unwell for that long, it fucked with my mood for a bit. I don't know. It's good. I am very optimistic now. A lot to look forward to as well. So I don't know. Let's get me to 100 before the year ends. It's been 3 years since I've been saying this in like videos, but like I don't know. Maybe some consistency will do me good.